for now. We got like a little under an hour left of the stream time. I don't want to end it just yet, so what I could do is I could jump into a little bit of Splatoon 3 because I want to just see the new season's stuff in general. I want to get the new weapons I have. I want to see the 2 new stages. So I'm not seeing that tonight. That's probably an impossibility, but I could try and go into Recon Mode. I figured it'd just be good enough for us to end the night just so I can chat with you guys. So we'll do that. We'll play a little bit of Splatoon 3 to wrap this up, I guess, just to chill. Even though we're not chilling. It's technically a different season. It's a fresh season. Let me just get myself all situated and we'll change over the game. I'll just give it the no signal for a second. I know I defaulted this game to a lot of times, but Splatoon is one of those games I could easily play and talk about literally anything. That's always why I go to this game. It's just the easiest thing for me to always default to. Okay, now that should be reflected on Twitch that we've changed over. Oh, I know I didn't. Okay. I use a different program to change the information on Twitch. I don't use their actual dashboard. And because of this... Oh, this is a little awkward because I can barely see this text. It's so small on my screen. That should be correct. There we go. Okay, now it's updating. The program updated to support more tags on the profile, but the problem also is it doesn't accept commas anymore. So that's throwing me off a little bit. Also, I gotta load up my software so I can actually hear the game. I hear nothing right now. That should be fixed. Alright, so we got a new update in the game. We gotta sit through all this text. I already installed the update and the DLC. I've already checked out Inkopolos, so we're just not gonna be seeing all that stuff. We got the new season information here. The new season has started. Yes, I'm here for it. This is a pretty big one because it's introducing a lot of Splatoon 1 stuff from what I've been hearing. Data miners have found some items related to Splatoon 1. There's some Splatoon animations, I believe, for the victories. They're bringing back Kraken. It's introduced Inkopolos, so we got a lot to unpack with this one for that. If you're a fan of Splatoon 1, let me tell you, so is this game. Also, we got 2 new maps. One brand new and one returning from Splatoon 2, Manta Marina specifically. Unami Ruins is the new one for this. Also, latest from Grisco Industries, because this has also changed a bit. Got a new boss Samurai in rotation. I don't know if it's available today, or if it starts with Big Run that happens this weekend. This thing apparently was leaked out yesterday. Nintendo had a problem, I would say. They always have this problem with updates. They released it early, and while doing that, there is a lot of stuff for Fresh Season in the code. So people already saw how the new weapons work in the game itself, same for the stages. They saw how the new King Samurai fights, and also got its health value. The thing has a lot of health. It's like a lot of stuff was in the code, so people extracted it out and got to work in the final build. So people got a sneak peek on all this already. Maybe don't update your game a day early, guys. This always happens. Anytime you release something early in the code, guess what? People extract it. This just is a guarantee. Okay, that's my estimate. It's like, don't expect me to be there, because no way am I gonna be anywhere near those numbers. It's like, oh no, that's my placements. Yeah, that's not great, but that's fine with me. I did not. I'm not top 500 for X, man. I'm lucky enough to have stayed in X. Ah, man. Okay, maybe not. If you put me back at S. But now I got the new catalog, which runs until 5/31. Okay, so it's another 3-month catalog. And notice how that reflected for daylight savings. So I noticed my X power is gone, which, oh, it's not going to be a thing for every season where I have to actually earn it back. I'm going to be annoyed if that's the case. I mean, I can get back there. It's just going to be a grind. Also, my catalog went up. I literally just walked in. Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Gee, I can't wait to lose a new King Salmon. I can't beat the OG one. Yeah. Apparently, from what I heard, I think the Ko-Zuma one, I think it's like 40,000 HP, and the new one's like 5,500, something like that. It's higher. It's higher in general, from what I remember. I think you could do more damage to it in some ways, but it's still harder, no matter what. But I want to swap over to here. This is our new hub of the game if you have the DLC, Inkopolos, returning from the first game. And I think this is cool. Don't buy it. Please. Just save your money. I'm going to tell you why. I love this. I think this is so cool. This is a very nice throwback. But it's not worth $25. What you see is what you get. This is kind of disappointing. I'm not going to lie. And it's only because I really hoped there would have been a little bit more. Because here's Exhibit A. Let's go to the lobby. When you go... Okay, yeah, I know. I am always a cheater. When you go to the lobby, here's problem number 1. This lobby is not the Splatoon 1 lobby. It's a Splatoon 3 lobby. It's 1-to-1. Which, that's fine. But the problem is, I think this should have probably been skinned differently. So that doesn't really help. Problem number 2. Where's my squid jump? Okay, that's not really a problem. I just want to make the comment that the minigames don't return, which I kind of expected. They replaced the minigames that were on the gamepad with this terminal that sends you to Hotlandis. You don't go there. This is just a terminal that acts as a video call. Which I think that's an interesting concept. But another thing is I go over here to merch. Or the merch equivalent, because we don't have merch here. Instead, we got Spike. He's coming out of retirement because now you can talk to him. And you can do all the same stuff as merch. It's 1-to-1, which is fine. But I think some people were hoping that maybe you would be able to spend money to re-roll your slots with him. Kind of like how you did in the first game. Now you still need the snails. And that's understandable. I figured this was going to be 1-to-1, but I know some people were disappointed on that front. So, I don't know. It's like, there's not much different here. This is literally just Splatsville with a new coat of paint. And I think for the current asking price of $25, that's kind of steep. Like, honestly, your money can be best spent elsewhere, because this is going to be worth it when Side Order comes out, the new single-player content. As of right now, you're really just coming here from some interactions, which, guess what? 99% of your time is going to be spent either in the lobby or in Grizzco. That's it. You're not going to be going to the stores all that often. I do like how there are different shopkeepers here. Well, the shops, they're synced. So, Splatsville and Inkopolos Plaza, you can buy the same stuff between them. Also, apparently I'm off the charts. I haven't come here, I guess, since yesterday, and he's going crazy. I know about all this, buddy. Thank you. Now they also have more stuff in here, too, which is nice. You can buy, what was it, like 9 things now? Oh, boy. I made a mistake. I like the little Shellys. I think these are cool characters. You got one that's the blabbermouth like Sheldon, and then the other one is like the more cutesy little kid, because he talks in like a little more like the uwu voice, as some people coin it. A lot of weapons are gonna be here for a bit, aren't I? I don't even know if this is half of them yet. I hope this is half, because I saw like 6 of them on the news cycle. So, okay, that's it. That's what Sheldon said anyway. Oh, gosh. He said that? So we get Shelly and Donnie. Nice play on words there. I'm just gonna be buying all these weapons. I ain't gonna try them because I'm gonna have them all. I'm excited for the new weapons here. This is gonna be fun to play with a lot of these. I mean, Super Chomp, that's a new special. Not Killer Whale, that's in the game. The Kraken is a returning special. It's been retooled for this game. And I'm excited to use that again. It's been years since I got to use the Kraken. Back in the Splatoon 1 days, I didn't use gyro control, so I did play a lot of roller. I just felt more comfortable back in the day on the sticks. And my roller choice was Kraken roller. I really like that because of the Kraken special. And I'm used to that kit for that reason. I know how to use the Squid Beacon, but I'm excited to also try the .96 deco. Because I've been getting into using the 52 to 96 gal weapons since Splatoon 2. So I'm excited to use those weapons. Oh, you're gonna go do the same speech? Yep. Same speech as the other. I like how Annie's at retirement at the very least. That's nice that she can actually do a job that's not on a cell phone. Grassy Sean, still stuck in the cell phone though. Nothing here I want to really buy just yet. I don't kind of want to save my money. That's pretty much everything there. Now, here's number 3. I think a lot of people are really disappointed about this one. Let me quit the game and load it back up. Now, this is a really cool detail right here. I saved in Inkopolos Plaza last, so while loading back in the game, I get the Splatoon 1 colors of orange and blue, which I think that's a really nice touch. And the reason why is I'm just loading straight into Inkopolos. I'm not going to Splatsville. But the news, on the other hand, it's not the Squid Sisters. Yeah, that's the one thing I think a lot of people expected. There's a plot reason why. After the events of Splatoon 1, Gallie Marie retired from doing the news, so they handed off the news duty to Pearl Marina, and then from there, Pearl Marina handed it off to Shiver Fry and Big Man. That stays the same. They are done with the news in general, so that's kind of sad. I was hoping to see them reprise the news role. That would have made sense for the area's sake. Instead, we're just watching the news from a teleprompter, essentially. Like, we're not even able to see the news in person like you can in Splatsville. You can still see Gallie Marie. I think this is cool just for charm's sake. I just, for the asking prices, like, I don't know, man. I think this is $5. This is $5 DLC. It's not worth the full $25 right now. If they sold the DLC separate, that's what I would price this as. So I kind of see this as, when Side Order comes out, it's a great value for that. And then you just get this as a bonus, essentially, because you're going to probably say Side Order be worth the full amount that they're asking for, and then Inkopolos is just the extra. That's just kind of how it's structured right now. The reason why I got this is because of what I'm doing here. I'm kind of the Splatoon guy, it seems like, in this community. I stream this all the time. I kind of felt like this was a necessity for what I do. So I kind of needed to get this. That's just kind of my thing. But I think for the majority of people out there, just wait until Side Order comes out, please. Because right now, there's so many releases coming out within the next handful of months, in fact, next handful of weeks. You're probably better off saving your money for that stuff. I do like some of the stuff they added in the free update. We can now change our songs in the lobby, which is nice. If you're in a private lobby, it said that you can change this and the people in the group can hear it. I don't know how that works in just standard lobbies with, like, friends if you're playing in, like, say, regular battle open mode, for example. But how do you do the new thing? There's a way now to set up games with a pin. I don't know how you do that. That's a big deal for playing this kind of a game online. You don't have to share around your friend codes anymore, your Switch Online name or whatever. You can just now share a code. I don't know how that works, so that's the only thing. I would have to look up how you do that. Now you can play Table Turf online. That's huge, but it's only with friends. That's the downside. You can't play with randoms. But you can play at least finally online. That was promised since day one. Took like 5 months, sadly, to come out. So I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play a little bit of Tower Control to start, because 1, I need to grind back up to X, apparently, because I got to get S+ to get the X. And 2, I want to try out these stages. I'll do, I think, 1 game here to get to the new stage, and then 1 in Turf. Because I'm not as worried about playing on Manta Maria, because I played on that stage for like, I don't know how many years at this point. 4 years, maybe. I can't remember when it came out in Splatoon 2. It wasn't there at launch. Oh, good. That still hasn't been fixed. Great. Great. I never changed Splatoon. And actually, no, please change. We want to fix the netcode. They changed some stuff on how the game's supposed to work when it comes to laggy players. So I kind of hope that would have stopped, but it's Splatoon servers. They're held together with not even duct tape at this point. They're just held together with loose string. Yeah, Bayonetta, Origins, Advanced War Remake, those are both in the next 2 months. The Resident Evil 4 Remake is in a couple weeks, because I believe that's in early March. It was like the 2nd week or something like that. So, like, that's another big contender for a lot of people. Of course, I get the old stage. Oh, I see. Someone's playing with the new weapon. I didn't know you're a 96 Deco guy, Ethan. I know it's not the real one, but I always like using that joke. A lot of people are really excited with the Deco specifically, from what I can see, because that's 2 players on their side, 2 on ours. That's a total of 4. Until I get the hang of a weapon, I don't want to take it into rank just yet, so I'm gonna just go with the old reliable here. I kind of figured I was trying to be a distraction. Oh, I see a Kraken on the field, so that shows up on the map, which is cool. So I'm not paying attention. They did change the stage bit. I'm trying to see, is that change reflected in this mode? I don't see it. I saw in Splat Zones they added the cars from Tricolor Battle in the last Splatfest. So they added some obstacles in the middle of the stage so you don't just get easily sniped. There's a Kraken. This guy definitely, I was gonna say, doesn't know what to do with it just yet, and he just rammed into me, so never mind. That guy's ready to fire, I gotta wait. Kraken. Oh, good. The guy didn't know apparently what to do in that situation. He got a little screwed up. Oh, he's a 96 Deco. He can 2-shot me. What's their score? 48. They're about ready to get more if I'm not careful. Yeah, I was afraid that would happen. Fine, we'll just take him out. I'm still wondering, for this game's sake, when is League mode coming? That's the one thing that's left now from that original Splatoon Direct back in like August of last year. It's the only thing left they haven't released yet. And I don't know how that one hasn't come out yet. X-Battle was within like, what, 3 months? And it feels like that's in the same vein. But I know it has to be a little bit harder for them to code. X-Battle is just an extra difficulty layer for rank. That makes sense why it come out a little bit faster. I just don't know what the holdup is. There's something about just, I guess, how bad this game's netcode is already. I guess it explains why that mode isn't out yet, because it's a mode specifically for playing with our group of people, and I probably just couldn't get it to work yet, which I'm surprised. That was in Splatoon 2 Day 1. I don't think it got tweaked. Oh, that's clever. Put a wall there, and then cracking out. That guy's doing a lot of charges. That lasts for a long time. Probably longer, too, if you have special duration ups. Oh, a teammate was right next to me. Didn't know the 96 was there. Not looking good. I had a feeling, but that's fine. Can't win them all. That one guy in the tower definitely doesn't want to stay on the tower, though. He's bouncing up like a beam. I just want to get the new stage, specifically. Give me new stage. Because it's going to go out of rotation in 20 minutes. I want to see it. Yeah, that was pretty bad showing. They're 196 Deco did a lot. 15-1? Jeez. I mean, their other one did pretty well, too. 9-5. That was the killer weapon of that game. Just in general. Every time we turned around, either a Kraken or 96 in my face. I like this touch. It seems like the music is always the same in this lobby. If you're through Inkopolos Square. So I'd have to manually change it with the jukebox. So that's a nice touch. That could get old fast. Kind of depends. But I did like how it changed the music between different songs in the Splatsville version of the lobby. But I can kind of do that myself. It costs 100 coins now to change music, which it's not that bad. I mean, you get those very fast in this game. So it should be free, but it's not that much. I can deal with that. Like 100 coins you get so fast, it's really not a problem. Oh, you gotta be me. Really? 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 The first time. Yeah, we're doing it. Yep. I just want to see the new map for more than 10 seconds. Like, come on. Just come on, man. We were right there. This always seems to happen. New map shows up in rotation, never can get it. When you finally get it, it's a DC in the middle of the match or the beginning, so you instantly get kicked. And then you spend 10 more games trying to get there. Classic. Classic. I'm a little sad I didn't get to keep my X. I thought I did pretty good for both tower control and splat zones, but I didn't really do that great for rain. And don't even look at my clan blood score. That just sucked. To be fair, that mode's really hard with randoms. I'm not surprised I did horrible there. I always had a hard time trying to win games in that mode because of just teammates not knowing what to do. No matter how well you try to guide them. I think X is going to be harder to keep in this game than it was in Splatoon 2 because of the seasons resetting your rankings. So, if anything, I might want to get my S+ higher to keep X mode. That might make more of a difference. I'm not exactly sure. I'll try it for the next season. The next season, I'm trying to have a higher S+ score and see if that will at least keep an S+ going to the new season, meaning I'll keep X rank. That would make sense to me. So this is a new map, huh? Sorry, I was looking at my map for a second trying to see it. Right now, it's pretty open. Like, it's pretty big in mid. It's a very linear stretch going to the map's mid section, which I'm not surprised. That's just Splatoon 3 in general. The map design in this game is a lot more linear than the other Splatoon maps were in the past. I know it's kind of been a common complaint, and then they made a patch for this game, outlining saying we're gonna change the map design, and they didn't really change it by much. What they did, a lot of people didn't notice, or it's a meme now. It's one of the two. I will show infamous Wahoo Whirlpool. We will get there. I just want to at least experience these new maps first. And I want to play a game on them, not just do Recon Mode. Where is that blaster? Should probably throw a point sensor. Good timing for the tactical cooler. That's a really bad time for that to happen. I'm gonna throw a rain cloud on my teammates. Hopefully that'll be enough ink coverage for the tower. Rain cloud in this mode really doesn't help much. Like, what am I supposed to do in an ink storm for this mode? It's good for splat zones, and that's about it. Kind of why I know a lot of people who main the Nautilus want a better Nautilus. It's the one in the game by default right now. It's fine. It just could be better. Like, point sensor is pretty good for it. That definitely helps. It's just ink storm, really. Really? Alright, I'm surprised we took the lead with that. I was afraid with that Kraken coming head first towards me. Like, oh no, Splatoon 1 flashbacks come up where the Kraken just sits on tower and then that's it. Tower theirs. Alright, so far it's very back and forth. We got so many beacons around, so that really helps. It's good that we actually do have someone with beacons in tower control because of all the back and forth we do in tower control. Oh, now those memories are coming back. Kraken on tower. That's it. It's just Krakens now. Nobody else gets tower. Like, that was kind of the game mode. Because I don't know if anyone was there for those days in Splatoon 1. I was there, so I can tell you the war stories. In Splatoon 1, when the game first came out, there was no knockback on Kraken, meaning when you shot it, it did not move, unlike how it is now. So because of that, in tower control, you will see people use Kraken, get on the tower, activate the set special, and that's it. It's just the Krakens now, because you couldn't get it off the tower, no matter what you did. It was just on there. It sucked. There was a reason why, going forward, that special has knockback. It's because it needs it. Like, without knockback, that thing is a menace. I got a ditch. I was gonna say, I got a ditch, and then maybe I can charge up enough to attack, but nope. Alright, jump to mid, because we only have a few more seconds left in the game. What? Shot with... He aimed, like, on the left, and somehow hit me on the right. I know 96 has like a huge shot deviation, but that is like the best luck if that bullet just happened to go my direction. Good timing. They didn't get the jump on the tower in time. I haven't seen anyone use super ability yet. The super chump, I think it's called, or super champ. I think it's super champ. Super chump just sounds mean. All right, there's our one game for turf, or not turf, for tower control that we got the new map. I'm going to swap over to some turf war now. Get to see how that other map plays, maybe, please, hopefully. I know how Manta Marina plays out, so I have an idea of like how to sneak around on enemies in that said level. So, let's pause this series. Man, our Our Slosher did a lot. That's a new Tri-Slosher, too. Alright, before we go into regular battle, though, I'm gonna change. Crap. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I have a bad muscle memory for that. I do. And that is a great case of it. I don't think that was saved on my Switch Online app yet. I don't know why. I always do that. I always hit register. I didn't mean to register that fit. All right, you know what? This is fine. I can fix this. Give me the new roller. Give me this. Here's that. And then this. Okay, fixed. Register that fit. Better. Fixed. I always do that by accident. I will always register the thing I'm wearing. And then, yep, that's a mistake. All right, so let's see. Did we get Mana Marina? Hey, first map. Nice. I was expecting that to be another 10 minutes of nothing. All right, so this one, we're going to probably see nothing but new weapons. Okay, there's 2 carbons. Never mind. And also a bamboozler. So, no, we're seeing some old ones in the game. So, this past, like, couple weeks, I was building out, like, the perfect gear sets for certain weapon types. And it wasn't really that hard to do. Like, this game makes it much easier to build out gear set that you want to use. It's so convenient now because of just how you get chunks after your gear already has a full set of perks. You can still get the chunks. So I've been getting so many chunks between that and Salmon Run. So that really helps. And I made myself a good roller set specifically. This has Ninja Squid, and I deem this the ninja setup, where I could just sneak through ink, and people can't really see me until I pop up in front of their face. Obviously, that doesn't work with Kraken. You can't use Ninja Squid with Kraken. That just doesn't make any sense. Inkjet in shambles. We finally have a new Inkjet weapon, thank goodness. But we only have 3. So, still some work to be done. Hello. This is why I built out this set. I love hopping. This is what I always did in Splatoon 1, especially before they nerfed Ninja Squid. I used the roller set with Ninja Squid, would just sneak up on someone, pop out, and do the classic old pop on the head, just like that. It's so fun. I'm so glad to be able to do that again, because in Splatoon 2, I never made a gear set like this. I didn't play roller much in 2. It was just the nature of swapping the motion control. I just didn't bother with rollers anymore. For whatever reason. I don't know why I stopped, because honestly, that wasn't a good enough reason. But to be fair, shooter meta kind of took over the entire game, no matter what mode you played. So if you weren't using a shooter gun, it was just not your game. Just unfortunate for the circumstances. Did he just... Yep, I caused him to jump off the cliff. Yeah, that's right. I did that. What do we got? I heard that special. Oh, it's an Inkjet. Okay. I know you're trying the same tactic. I know you have Ninja Squid, but I out-ninja'd the Ninja Squid. Insert Jaws theme here. The only thing is I noticed now when you transform back out of the Kraken, I think we might have lost this right, I'm not sure. When you transform out of the Kraken, it automatically puts you into Squid/Octo form. So if I'm over enemy ink, I just sit in enemy ink. I can't get out. So that's kind of a downside. Also, we won. Nice. We didn't even finish ink in our spawn, so that's great. GG's easy. So I gotta get used to that with the Kraken. If I'm stuck in my ink, it's fine. If I'm stuck in enemy ink, that's a problem. So I have to be strategic about the timing of Kraken running out if I know I'm gonna run out over enemy ink, trying to make a puddle. That is a demonic game. I just noticed the 666. Nice. All right, let me try out the other weapon I was really excited for. Change in the fit this time, you idiot. 96 deco. I'm excited for this one because I've been getting into the 5296 weapon class a little bit more. This will two-shot, and it has a good amount of range. Problem is that shot deviation. Look at it go! This thing's very inaccurate, but it has a killer setup between wall and Kraken. Well, now I know it's called Kraken Royal, but I'm gonna still just call it Kraken because I'm a Splatoon 1 guy. See, look. I have the Splatoon 1 colors as my loading screen. I'm still that Splatoon 1 guy. See, I got a Splatoon 1 stage. What did I tell you? Splatoon 1 guy. Writing itself. It's writing itself. And I think I'll do one more game after this, even if it is in a different rotation, because I want to try out the new special, the Super Champ. Do like Splatoon 1. I mean, it's still a good game. I don't think there's any reason to go back to it nowadays from a multiplayer, but that's just kind of like any of these games. There's no reason to go back to Splatoon 2's multiplayer if you're playing this. So, it's one of those situations where the single player, oh, that's really good to go back to any day of the week. It's so fun. It's just obviously multiplayer's a little harder to find games. It's aged a little bit worse. Balancing's all over the place. God, the balancing's all over the place with Splatoon 1. Like, seriously, that game and balancing, that doesn't mix. But man, I have some good memories with Splatoon 1, so I'm never gonna call that a bad game. It's still fun. And it kind of made me the Splatoon guy, as we kind of see it now. Like, I'm always the one talking about this game for a reason in my circle, because I play it like all the time. I put in already over 200 hours, and the game's only been out for a couple of months. I'm already halfway to my Splatoon 3 time. That is saying something. That guy just took a drink. That's a mistake. But to be fair, I put in so much time in this game already because there's so much more of an incentive to put time in this game compared to how the others were. With the seasons, they make you come back and play. It gives you incentive, and I think that's fantastic. So I'm really glad they did something like that. It's very more of a live servicey style thing, but I think Splatoon handles it perfectly fine. So that is why I'm not, like, opposed to it. Halfway time to Splatoon 3, me too. I mean, yeah, tongue-tied on that one. You get what I mean. I'm halfway to my Splatoon 2 overall time because I ended with over 400 hours, and that's after 5 years of playing that. I think I got my wires crossed because I also said 203 in the same sentence. But my 2 and my 3s get mixed. But you get what I mean. One more time in this in Splatoon 2. That makes sense. Again, I think this game has more of a reason for you to come back and play, no matter what you're doing in the game. If you're just playing casually, just doing some turf wars, and maybe some sand run here and there. If you're being more serious about the game, playing more of the rank modes, or you're being super serious about it and just going full on an X rank and just playing all the modes like I am. Like, there's a lot of incentive to go back in this game, like, every day, essentially. Even if you're just playing for, like, 10 minutes. Just getting that first win of the day bonus for your catalog, that's already a lot. Like, there's always a reason to get that. So, yeah, I think this game has a lot more replayability than any of the other games in the series, but give it live service elements, and I would definitely give you reasons to go back to it. That just makes sense. That's why you see games like Fortnite and Apex Legends, like, they have battle passes that get people to go back and play the game multiple times, and those games are years old, but they still have a massive install base because they keep on adding new content. That's kind of what this game is doing with the seasons, adding new content. Now, it's different. You don't pay for it like those games, but that's a whole other argument. I know you can technically not pay for those passes and still get the content, but most people buy it because that's the only way you're going to be realistically using the said new stuff from those passes. All right, this is a 5-shot, right? No, it's a 4-shot. House phone went off at the school district at this hour? Man. Unexpected. Also, house phone. That's also unexpected. But yeah, yeah, all schools closed tomorrow in your area because of snow. That would make sense from what I've been hearing about this winter. It's been a bad one. They must have just now came to that decision, and there's probably one that they want to make lightly. That's why they waited so late. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that crap anymore. To be fair, I never had snow days because the majority of my schooling life was in Florida. What's a snow day? Now I had those when I was up in Jersey for like maybe a year of my schooling. Two at most, if you count kindergarten at that point, and I don't think we ever had to worry about that. I don't remember. It was kindergarten. Of course I'm not gonna remember. The only thing I ever had to worry about was when a bad storm was coming, so a hurricane. And that was very rare we missed school because of those. I only remember like a very small handful of times that ever was the case. Alright, those are super chumps. You can destroy him just like an actual player. Just don't get near him. There. I couldn't really angle that as much as I thought. I'll have to go into training a little bit with that. Can't destroy it once it's down. I got someone with that rope bomb. That's pretty interesting. That's a trip. Can I get the quad? Sir, where are you? Hello. Close enough. I got the quad, just a little late. When I went and find the morning to call. Yeah, that is a different time for them to call like this late. So instead of just doing it the next day, early morning, it's weird. Where's the E-leader? Are they up on the perch? Must be. You know, that's fair. I was running into an army of players. I don't expect to live, especially when 96 in my face. That's, all right, the worst shot in history right there. I gotta be careful, even though I have better shot deviation now when I jump, because I have 3 intensify actions on my shirt. It's not the foolproof solution for jumping. It doesn't make my aim 100% now in the air. It just makes it less likely to just sway around as much as it does normally. I haven't gotten that many supers yet. I would like to at least fire one more, that'd be nice. I mean, they're firing one from what I can see. Am I jumping into it? Yeah. They're very easy to destroy. It's like 2 to 3 shots, so about the same health as a normal player. And so they don't move, that makes it, really, that makes it easier to destroy them fast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we lost this one. There's not much left. We can't really get close to cover any ground at this point. If we take it back, I'm gonna say it's my bombs. I doubt we did. Yeah, no, they got it. That's fine. I want to at least check out the new maps, and I was able to play at least one game on both. So that's fine with me. So at this point, rotation's out. I'm pretty much done anyways, because I was just gonna chill with this for about an hour or so, look at some of the newer content, and we pretty much did. I kind of looked at almost everything that was added in this specific update, because a lot of it actually dropped last night. It didn't drop for the season. It just dropped with the 3.0 update, which came a day early. I didn't expect that. I don't think a lot of people did until Nintendo put out the patch notes saying it was coming later that day, which happened to be 24 hours before the fresh season started. Sure. A lot of music changed. Okay, it does still randomize that. It doesn't just stick to one song. Well, that's good. Let me show how this works. Because now we can play other songs that weren't in the lobby to begin with. They can preview it with Y. So say, let's pick a song that would never play here normally. That was a very short song. Wow, that did not Less than all. Let's go with a story mode song. This will never play in anything. What's that one song that goes like real crazy? Not this one. Not that one. There you go. This one. So I spend 100 coins on that, and I request this song to be played. And there you go. Now it's playing this song from story mode. You hear it much better when you're actually in the terminal. That's nice. So I'm here. Let me figure out how this special works. And does mobile games especially. Well, mobile games for years has always kind of been more of a gotcha thing for Nintendo. That makes sense. So for them to add a lot of this like returning content, that kind of gets people to go back in and play the gotcha game. That did not kill a single one of these. Oh, that's weak. Oh, that is puny weak. Ooh, I don't know about this special. Oh, that's not great. So I was worried that this could have been a Tenta Missile 2.0 situation being super easy to spam. But if it doesn't even kill a single foe, I don't know about that. You need like 2 of them to explode next to a target, and they need to explode at different times. I don't see that killing. What I see happening is this. Let me clean up again. I think what you're really gonna have to do with this special is you have to charge it up, release it, wait for these to explode, and then finish off the target from there. If a set of these bombs don't catch someone off guard, because I think that's the only way that's gonna kill a person, you're gonna have to finish the job yourself. At that point, just shoot them. So they're not as strong as I expected. I was expecting them to do as much as a normal bomb, like a 180. I was expecting at least 100, but they're like barely cracking 30. I don't know about that one, Chief. That's gonna be a much harder special to kill with. That's gonna be a diversion special, where you're gonna set that up to distract players more than anything else, and also just to cover ink. Because I would say that would work for Splat Zones. I want to try it on Splat Zones map now. And I want to check out some differences on certain maps just to kind of show you guys something before we go off. Collab loving and not an entrepreneur. Wow, you know, that's the most fitting combination of words, but I'm neither one of those. The most collabs I do is with a group of friends that we just know each other's styles. That's not really in the same fashion. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Splat Zones, and I'm gonna pick Mincemeat. This is what I want to look at first, because I did mention about how this works beforehand, but it's easier to show in person. So, remember those cars that were in Tricolor Battle from the last Splatfest? Yeah, they're here now in Splat Zones. They're just here. Thematically, I would like to think that guy driving that car had a really bad day on the road, because that's insta-death if he was still in the car. I hope no one was in that car. Alright, so let's paint the ground a bit so I can get my special, because now what I want to try is I'm going to launch this special into the zone. The zone here I think is a little bit smaller. Oh yeah, it definitely looks smaller. I'm going to set this up. There. Nice cannon in wall. Okay, that is horrible for this map. It doesn't even go past the grading, so that's not gonna work. I mean, the cars kind of work here because of the idea of, you know, get some extra cover. I kind of expected this to happen at some point in the main modes of the game, because I feel like they were testing out that car thing with Tricolor. All right, but let's go with the meme one. Yeah, I think pushing out of a safety net is like the big purpose that this Super Champ special is gonna have. It's gonna mainly be a distraction special, just to kind of fish people out. I don't think it's gonna be used for kills. That just doesn't seem to be likely. But it is, however, going to be used as that tool to push people out of an area to make them more vulnerable. I can see that being a thing. I'm wondering how that would work in the competitive scene. I would like to see it in a rank mode, because rank modes are usually how you know how good these specials are. Anyways, here's Pole. This is the only change they made to Wahoo World in this mode. Pole. I'm going to go into rant here in a minute as to why this is probably the worst thing they've done to Wahoo World, because I've seen some evidence of why this is not as beneficial as they thought. But let me see how this works. I'm going to launch the special into mid, see how much this covers. Okay, so I can easily fully control an unpainted zone. It just has to have every single bomb land in here and no one shoot it. So that's a thing. Now let me show you why Pole may be a mistake for Wahoo World. I'm going to swap to the other NZAP here real quick, the NZAP 85. And I'm also going to go to Clam Blitz. I seen a video of this on Twitter. I was like, oh my gosh, this is bad. This is really bad. The fact that this got past QA is a mistake. So I'm going to collect me some clams here real quick. And we're going to go back to mid. Because that pole's still here. Best ink gun. I see who's painting an NZAP. Hey, you have another NZAP to choose from now, technically. I know the special may be a little hit or miss, I think, right now. It might have to be buffed. I think that's the big thing. Because I think, by default, it's not strong enough. It might need to be tweaked a bit going forward. Okay, don't get any more clams. Because I want to show this. This is a problem I noticed. It's going to be a little hard to do this. I'm waiting for the bridge, actually, because it'd be easy to do from here. If you aim it just right, you can get clams stuck up there. So, Clam Blitz is now much harder. That also counts to the power clam. So you get your football up here, too. So I can see that happening by accident. Not great. That's not great at all. Because I don't know how you're going to be able to reach that. Unless someone's going up there with an inkjet, I don't see that working. Or Zipcaster. Here's example 2 of this being a mistake. This thing. That can land up there. Not great. I really foodboard that throw, so I'm going to try it again. But you can get that Tatty Cooler up there as well. So I think they might have to make the pole higher. If they're going to stick with pole in mid for Wahoo, they got some issues. Because that pole, as it currently stands, is more of an obstacle in the wrong fashion. Let me try this again. Okay. You gotta be really trying to get up there, so I don't think Tatty Coolers on the pole are gonna be a problem, but clams definitely will be. Like I can see, oh, I'm passing this to a teammate. And then it gets stuck on the pillar. If that's raised up like another inch, it's fine. It's just, I can see that being a problem. But yeah, a lot of the changes I think people have already found with a lot of these maps is more or less what they did was they just added stuff into the level. They didn't really change the overall design. They didn't widen it or shrink it. No, instead, hey, I don't know, Algofish Market, just add like a light post in the middle. Yeah, they won't notice. Game design. I mean, they did some other stuff too. Now we got this crate here, so you got some cover for spot zones. The ramps, I think, were changed a little bit. It's just some stuff doesn't look as natural as I think they thought it would. Like, I do feel like this is more of an afterthought thing in some fashion, but they made it work. I think people were just thinking they were going to widen the maps. I don't know what people were thinking. Why would they widen the maps? Their trend has been to make more narrow maps in Splatoon 3, not bigger ones. I just find it funny. Everyone's memeing about the poles. I've already saw the two the two crab tanks in their balls on Wahoo World. I've already seen that comparison. Yeah, that was a mistake, Nintendo. You already have the phallic object joke. You made a mistake there. But yeah, that's essentially all the stuff I was wanting to really show off with this. I mean, this wasn't really like your proper multiplayer thing here because I'll be doing probably an extra stream this weekend because of Big Run happening. Since that's only in a few days. It's gonna happen on the, what's it, the 3rd, I believe it starts. That's Friday. And it runs through the whole weekend. So from the 3rd to the 5th. I'll be back in here to play that. It doesn't show in here, but I can pull it up on this, yeah. Salmon Run, Big Run mode. It's on Inkpolos Art Academy. Just like everything else, this was in the 3.0 updates. Data miners have already pulled out the mode specifically, so people are already seeing what Big Run looks like. It looks like that tower in the middle is gone. Like, hey, I'm gonna go back to Recon real quick, just for one more posterity's sake. Actually, I'm just gonna change in general to this, because I want to play more with the Recon roller. This was the one I was really looking forward to the most, I think, because it's an old classic. Alright, where is this? Okay. So I'm going to go in the turf here first. And then I think I'll go the Rainmaker, because I think that'll better demonstrate this. Hoping back in time to play. Yeah, hopefully. I'm not sure how the schedule's looking for me on that. I might play some of my own first and then do a stream of it, so I might just stream on Saturday. For a little bit. That just usually seems to work better. Alright, so this is how the stage looks normally in like turf. So this big pillar, this is gonna be gone, at least from what I can gather from what people extracted from the 3.0 code. So think of it like Rainmaker on that front. Where is it? There it is. Think of it like the Rainmaker setup, or even like tower control in some sense, but Rainmaker's a little bit easier to demonstrate this. At least this is what I gathered from like a video I saw on Twitter. Of like just how the map would look in Big Run. It might change, but I doubt it. It would look similar-ish to this, where it's a little more pulled back. So low tide, you'll see the grass area there. Mid tide, I believe you still see mid here in general. And then high tide, I think it's just around your base. Like around where I'm at now area, and that's about it. So it's not going to be as claustrophobic, I feel, as how Wahoo World's Big Run was, because Wahoo World definitely felt, if you're in high tide, there's not much room to move, because it's a little more narrow. This is a little more open-ended. It can still be narrow in some sections, so high, obviously going to be the hardest tides to deal with, as always. Low tide is going to be fine. This map is wide enough on low tide, I think, or at least just from how this looks. So, I'm looking forward to it. It'd be a good time to grind out more chunks, that's for sure, because you can always use more chunks. Can always use more. I used up so many of certain ones I would like to build back up, like my ink savers, my swim speeds, super jumps, even like increases would be good to build back up a little bit. Even though I have more than enough for a lot of my gear choices, it's still nice to have more. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In some fashion, I am very happy to see this lobby back. I will always be cheater. I am very happy to see this back in some fashion, but at the same time, I am kind of bitter about the price. I think if this was released as standalone content, I think this would be a $5 value. Nintendo currently asks for the $25. You have to be a diehard fan for this. Just 100%. I think that's been the general consensus. My biggest fear, I think, when I saw this in Direct, because I had like this biggest grin on my face when I saw this area return. This looks amazing. I really hope they do more of this and just port it over. Unfortunately, they just ported it over. So, yeah, that's the problem. Like, you can't even go to story mode from here. Like, it's completely blocked out. I don't know if side order is going to be accessed through this great, because this is where you would go to get the Octo Valley in one. It's an Octo Canyon. I always mix those two up. Instead, you gotta go back to Splatsville, or you can just go to Altena from here. From the menu. Not as ideal. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, buy this for side order. I'm just gonna reiterate that. For people who maybe haven't got this DLC yet and are on the fence. Wait for side order. Again, I got it because I'm the Splatoon guy. I feel like it's kind of a necessity. And I'm gonna be buying side order anyway, so for me, this is just an early pre-order bonus, I would think of it as. as something like this, I don't think I would buy on its own, just flat out. I think you return here though, from the alternate menu. I didn't even think it would do that. I thought it would spit me back in Splatsville. But yeah, that's gonna do it. So I'm gonna swap over now to the full frame. And let me just put down my controller. I'm not gonna want to hold down on the outro section. That's just clunky. So let me just swap this over for austerity's sake. There we go. All right, so that's gonna do it. That was a lot of fun. We finished up Milla's story tonight, which was the big thing. I was really pushing for that. And then obviously we checked out a little bit of the new season here for Splatoon. And again, to reiterate for people who may have missed this earlier, like a couple minutes ago, I'll probably end up doing a bonus stream this weekend for Big Run, and that's gonna happen this whole weekend. So I'll probably just do one on the Saturday date. I'll let people know closer to that said date. That's the tentative plan for now, at the very least. But join me back on Thursday for more Sonic Frontiers. I mean, that's still a thing. I mean, hang on. Can I do the button? There's the button. There's the button. Yeah, that. Join back for that. There you go. I forgot I had that on command because I haven't used my chat command for the VOD one in a bit. But that's essentially it. Just a little bit of housekeeping stuff as usual. Go check out the Auto expansion. We're getting closer to that endpoint, but there's still a good amount left. I believe, is it this week that the infamous station appears? Let me see. I'm gonna look at the upcoming videos here in my studio. See which one is this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna reiterate this for Friday, but Thursday stream I should say. But Friday's video, you don't want to miss that one. Also bring popcorn. I'm just gonna say that it's a longer than normal part, but there's a good reason. So that is still going on, as I mentioned, and you can check out the newer playthrough on the O.P.R. League. This time, instead of Portal, we're playing Portal 2. So we're going through pretty much the whole Portal thing right now. So we're doing Portal 1. We revisit that with the RTX version. Now we're playing through all Portal 2. And that's going to be going on for, a couple weeks worth. Pretty much the entirety of March, I would say, will be nothing but Portal action. So check that one out if you haven't seen that already. That was a lot of fun to put together. And a majority of those thumbnails, I know Marley keeps on retweeting the videos every time they come out, but he kind of worked on a majority of those thumbnails. I just cleaned them up a bit for the YouTube release. But majority of those things are him. Although I did have my own creative flares for certain ones. But yeah, that's pretty much the big thing. Check that one out if you haven't already. That was a fun series. And I'm trying to work on more stuff for the channel because I'm in charge for the next playthrough as well. That's usually how it goes because I record too many things. But I know some other people are going to be working on some stuff too. Soon too. So like this year we're going to try to do things probably in a lot more variety. I'm still on that whole like delegate thing. So I'm letting more people take the reins on that channel. I'm glad because we've gotten a lot of cool content coming out in general over the past like a year or two. So again, check that one out if you haven't already. Portal's fun. But that's it for me. I'm tired. But also I just realized I lost my X rank, so I'm gonna go crawl in my bed and cry. Where's the button? I can't show tears. That's too much. Thank you guys for coming out. And I'll see you back on Thursday for Sonic Frontiers. Take care and have a good night, guys.